So everyone knows the main line of the Ponziani. Everyone knows how to play the Ponziani and also how to play it well till a good position, yeah, from both sides. Now today we are going to see a very notable game, a famous game from the Ponziani by two top players. One you have seen. No, not Magnus. No, this was played between. Do you know all the top players in the world? So then wait, Nepomniachtchi, who you already know, versus Rajabov. Nepomniachtchi was 2714 at the time, and Rajabov was 2734. So white is Nepomniachtchi. You can call him Nepo. White is Nepo. That's their thing now. How for them Vihan Agarwal would be difficult. For you, Vihan Nepomniachtchi is difficult. It's different cultures. So now. Nepomniachtchi, both of them are grandmasters. These are top players of the world.
You need to be 207.
2500 is the limit to reach grandmaster. He's 2700 plus. These are top players in the world. Okay, so Nepo started with e4. Rajabov, yes, what happened? No. Chess.com has no connection to federating or grandmaster or IM, nothing. To become federated, to become this month, to become federated, you have to play in offline tournaments. Playing in Chess.com won't get you federating or grandmaster or IM or anything. Okay, so e4. Now let's focus in the class. Rajabov, you will understand if you listen. Rajabov plays e5. Nepomniachtchi plays knight to f3. Rajabov plays knight c6. And here comes the Ponziani with Aryan. What is the next move for white?
Pawn to
Pawn to c3. And Nepo has taken the game to Ponziani. Now, hello Rayansh. Now let's ask Arav, what are the two good moves for black here?
So yes. The first move is pawn to d5.
Pawn d5 and
the second move is knight f6.
Yeah. So Rajabov chooses knight to f6. Pawn d5 leads to complicated positions. If you're up for a struggle, complicated game, you choose d5. If you want a quieter game, you play knight f6. So he plays knight f6. And now the main move for white. Ayun, what should white do here?
White should play d4.
Yeah, that's why we played c3. Having said A, we should say B. So we played d4. That's what Nepomniachtchi did. Rajabov, there's two options. You can take here, you can take here. Rajabov took the e pawn. And now let's ask Ashvik, what should white do?
Sir, push
the pawn. Knight went back and then he took back the pawn. So this is the normal position you will get in the Ponziani, the classical Ponziani. You can see.
So this happened in the actual game?
Yeah, this is what happened in the game. This is one of the main lines. Now black's main move is knight g6, which is what Rajabov plays because you want to play bishop out. Last class somebody blundered d6 in advanced class. Right after your class there was advanced batch. No? Someone played d6. After I explained in the class that this is a trap, he blundered d6 and Ansh won the game. Ansh won the game. His opponent was
Kavish.
No, not Kavish. Who was it?
Bara. Kavish.
No, it was.
Kavish.
No. I think so. No, Prayan. Prayan was the opponent. Anyway, Prayan played d6 and blundered. Yeah, this month. So knight g6 was played by Rajabov. Now knight takes knight happened. Pawn takes back. Of course, you take towards the center, not with the f pawn, with the h pawn. And now, takes, and here comes the bishop attacking the knight. The knight went to c5, attacking back the bishop. It's an exchange, but you don't want to give up your nice bishop. Please don't play with the pieces. Rakshit? Oh, okay. So what do we do here, guys? We don't want to allow this exchange. Keep your bishops. Bishops will be more useful than knights, at least in the open positions. No, not just endgame, even opening middle game. If the position is open, bishops are better. Yes. And having bishop pair is good.
So bishop c4.
Yeah, c4. C4 is blocking the c pawn. B5. That's just asking to be hit with a6.
6 out of 10 times.
Where?
6 out of 10 times the bishop is better than
This?
knight.
Then queen is not. Bishop. No, 10 times. What is it?
6 out of 10 times the bishop.
You could say that. Anyway, bishop went to c2. Just keeping the bishop on a good diagonal. Opponent plays d6. Rajabov wants to develop his bishop. And now Nepo brings his bishop out. Again with a small thread that will double his pawns.
Is Indian or what?
No, Rajabhog is from, I think,
Rajasthan.
Azerbaijan. Rajasthan is not in India. Azerbaijan.
Sir, what about that?
Nepo was from Russia.
So Russia comes from America.
Huh?
Apart from America.
Okay, bishop to e7. Let's focus back on the game. Bishop e7, both sides are getting ready to castle. Knight d2. Nepo is just waiting before castling. And even Rajabhog, he's not castling yet. He wants to keep the option of castling both sides open. And castles by Nepo. Yeah, to castle. And black also castles.
Smart.
He was waiting for white to castle so that there's no attack on the other side. So,
Isn't the king gonna open?
but you can't get to the h5, right? There's no route to go
Yes.
there. So, see, in chess, a weakness is a weakness only if opponent can exploit it. If opponent cannot exploit it, it's not a weakness. It's not a problem.
Opponent can use the weakness.
Yeah, so here pieces are not in a position to, take advantage of the open king. King is actually fine, just one line is open, but nobody can come from this side. So it's still fine.
Except
So,
the G5.
and now bishop takes bishop, happened, pawn takes back. So we have a middle game
Pawn.
with two minor pieces.
So that pawn is going to change the entire game.
And now Nepo takes the game to a different.
So queen.
Yeah, he brings the queen
Queen
to.
to G, H. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, yeah, hi Pranit.
So now the plan is, I guess, no.
You get pieces,
The plan
you
is to go to G. Is to go to G5.
G5 is a big blunder. Don't do that. So things won't happen just like that. Just because a queen went there, nothing is going to happen. He's just starting the attack. He needs more pieces there. Knight has to come in. Knight here. If it can jump, knight G5. That's how you make an attack. You need at least 3 pieces to help. Only then there will be an attack.
Maybe two.
So yes,
So are we saying
you will understand if you listen. So queen takes pawn. Yeah, this is a Ponziani game from two top players. Queen takes pawn is a threat. So Rayansh, how do you save this pawn if you're black?
So by moving the pawn to G6.
Yeah, that's what he did, attacking the queen. And now where should the queen move, Rakshit?
Queen to
Huh.
H6.
Excellent. That's a good square. So see, it's a bit uncomfortable for the king.
Yeah, because
Who said the king was not safe? Ashwit, na? So that has happened. Like white queen is sitting there, right outside the doorstep. So king is not feeling very happy right now.
the checkmate ready.
It won't. Where is checkmate?
So like the queen.
To give checkmate, you need another piece to go there. Na? Queen alone cannot do anything. So it's there.
Sir,
Yes.
white can play bishop to D4.
Yeah. Then there will be a threat. Huh. Okay. So after bishop d4, there will be a threat. So black instantly stops it. That's a good point actually. Bishop d4 was in the air, and black plays bishop f6 to bring the bishop back to g7 to give support to the king.
So it was not in the air, it was on the board.
No, it was not on the board. Bishop d4, now it's on the board. Bishop d4 anyway. Knight d3. Pawn is hanging. What should white do, guys?
So that was
If you're white, what will you do? You need to focus behind and not talk about unnecessary things.
which time do we have to think?
You have 1 minute. Just a little bit aggressive position for white. Black needs to be careful. But if white wants to win, you need to be more active. Bishop is good, queen is good. So what do you do
make
next?
other things.
Yeah. Or do you react to this? So you have some decisions to make. What should white do?
Decisions.
Yeah. There is a pawn hanging as well. Don't forget that. Hello, Shaurya. You're right on time.
And we're different.
Even earlier than Pranit today.
So there's 1%.
Please sit down, Shaurya.
Sir, it's very weak.
You guys have to make a decision. So use your time. Okay, let's ask Arav. What do you say?
Sir, bishop takes the bishop on F.
Okay, queen takes back.
And then pawn to B4.
B4. Okay. So you're saving your pawn, but after the exchange. Vihan,
So after the exchange, then play knight to c4.
Knight c4, and if I attack you knight,
Back.
then you lose a pawn. You have to see that. But okay, you're defending the pawn. Anyone else decided? Ayun?
Sir, I've decided b3.
B3, just saving the pawn.
Sir?
And Rakshit, 1 second, Rakshit.
Rook to b1.
Okay, and Ashwin?
Sir, bishop takes bishop.
Queen takes back.
Knight to f3.
Knight to f3. Yes. Hello Rajveer, welcome back. Where have you been?
Where are you going?
And he even didn't forget the book. That's good.
Sir, it was me who reminded.
Oh, you reminded. Okay. Yes, sir.
This wire.
Yeah, because he didn't come for 2 months, I removed his name. If you don't come for 2 months, I remove your name. Now I'll add him back. Anyway, so
Come more often.
somebody came very close to the correct idea. Who told just now?
Sir, me.
Ashwin told knight f. Wait, what did he play?
So
Takes and knight f3. So you're giving up the pawn. Why?
Sir, for that I can play knight to g5.
But then queen g7. I'm defending the mate. So what Ashwin is trying to do is he's playing bishop takes bishop, queen takes back, and he's playing knight f3 with the idea of playing knight g5. But I can just take the pawn. But you can play rook b1 and get the pawn back. That's another story. But you can't play knight g5. That won't work because queen g7. You will still get the pawn back after the exchange of queens. But I can defend because only two pieces are. You can, if you don't want to exchange, I'll be a pawn up. You have to exchange and play rook b1 if you want the pawn back.
If you don't exchange, you lose a queen.
Yeah. No, queen can come back. So yeah, let's go back. So the reason why his move was not correct is the idea is correct. What you tried was good.
Gamble.
Queen was here. The correct move, what Nepomniachtchi played was directly knight f3. Why exchange and make
So
his
I was
queen
thinking
become
because
active?
there's two
One second. So black can't take here because why can't black?
Now we play knight to g5.
Bishop takes, no?
Then we
Then checkmate, yeah. So knight cannot take. That we can understand. Bishop also cannot take because
checkmate.
knight g5, and that's a threat that cannot be stopped. If bishop takes bishop, thinking I can eliminate one bishop at least, there's no attack, no? One bishop is gone. But no, knight g5, it's game over. You can't do anything.
You have to survive the queen.
Even if you move the pawn, it's still mate.
I said rook to e8.
Still mate. Queen check, king moves, checkmate. f7 mate. So moving the rook doesn't do anything. Check, king moves, checkmate. So that means the bishop cannot be taken.
But so did that happen? Who has chosen?
Of course, he won't blunder his piece. So knight was here. So knight f3 is a very good move. So here Rajagopal has to play very carefully because he's under attack now. There are 3 pieces, 3 active
And he's
pieces.
not got a lot of attack.
No, how can he have an attack? But no, when somebody's attacking, you got to defend or counter attack. Counter attack is not this. You got to defend. Black has to defend somehow. Like either eliminate one of the 2 pieces, then you'll be fine. So after after knight f3, Rajagopal played knight e5, getting 1 piece back for defense. Exchange happened.
Defense.
Knight takes, pawn takes,
Knight takes.
and now bishop went to c5. Still white has a small advantage, right? Bishop and queen are active. Black's pieces are not yet able to come out. And
They are sort of active.
yeah, where only bishop is active. Queen has to come out. This rook is not
Sir,
active. Bishop.
queen's attacking the hanging pawn.
Yeah, that I can just defend it right now. No? So do we defend it? How do we defend this pawn, guys? Let's ask Vihan. Queen is about to come out into a good square. We don't want to allow that.
I did
Position
not
is
want that.
decent. Yes. What will you do for white? Please keep your hands down. He has to see now.
Everybody behind you can raise their hands.
Yeah. Vihan has to decide. Just a pawn. You got to defend your pawn. That's it. There's no other dynamics in the position. It's not anything else. Your pawn's hanging. You got to defend. 1 second. Okay, time to decide. Yes.
So pawn to c4.
Pawn to c4 says yes. What do you say? Says Vihan. Shaurya.
Sir, rook to d1.
A rook or the F rook?
The
F rook.
Sir,
Okay.
I want a d.
One second. Rajveer.
Sir, that rook to d.
Okay. See, when you have to decide which rook, you have to think about where the rooks will go afterwards. If you put this rook here, where will this guy go? It has no useful squares. This is not good. This is not good. So this rook has to come here. This rook has to come here. Then both are good, no? So rook d1 was played. c4 is also good. c4 is also fine. But yeah, bringing a rook into the game is even better, right? So he brings the rook into the game. Rook
Why?
d1.
It's
Huh?
buy one get one free.
What do you mean?
You defend a pawn, you get an active rook.
Yeah, that's not the same. But okay, queen d7. So white has still got a pleasant position because the pawn is controlling some squares. Bishop
Sir,
is
I guess
active.
the next
Queen's
move
active.
for black will be rook to d8.
Yeah, he wants to
Sir,
play
can
rook
I
d8.
tell you the next move?
For white?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sure.
Sir, black
One-
pawn to d6. Yes.
Pawn to d6.
Yeah.
Hmm. Pawn to d6 is a good move. It's a good try. But I believe black will just play c6. And this pawn will
Okay,
just
so
be
why
a
not take?
weak. If you take, then rook becomes active. No, rook takes back. Then queen's hanging, bishop's hanging. So you are allowing white to become active. But yeah, after c6, this pawn is actually weak. I just have to gang up on it with rook d8, pawn push, and bishop here. Then that pawn will fall.
And pawn is lonely after that.
Okay, so he doesn't play d5. He plays c4, keeping his control of the position. And now b6, attacking the bishop. Let's ask Praneeth, where will you put the bishop?
Sir, bishop to b. Oh no. Yeah, bishop to b4.
Bishop to b4 says Praneeth. Any other answers? Arav?
Sir, bishop to e3.
Bishop to e3 says Arav. Any other answers?
Sir, I had
Okay, Shaurya?
bishop to
Hmm.
f8.
Here. In enemy camp. Sure. That's a free piece, mister. Don't blunder your piece. Don't think you have support. King can't take, rook will take it. Na? If you're going next to enemy, then you have to see your enemy is sitting right behind you. If you go right next to him, of course you will get taken. You have to be a bit careful, na? You have to have self-defense. before you go
Sorry,
there.
I'll kill you.
Okay.
If
So,
it's stranger-
nobody told the best move actually. Bishop e3, f4, and the bishop has to again move. Queen is slightly alone there. Bishop b4, a5, again you have to move. Bishop a3. Park your bishop there. It's not a good diagonal. No? Let it stay.
I was thinking about it, but I
Okay.
didn't want to.
Okay. Now-
Sir, black can play.
Huh.
Black can play bishop to e7.
Bishop to e7. Yeah, that would be a good,
Sir, wait, this
good
one
try.
is running.
Focus here, please, everybody. So that's good, Arav. Arav is constantly thinking about what move will happen. That is always, please have your seat with. In 1 second. So when you're seeing any game, it's always important to, think along with the players or think along with the game. Think about what will happen next and guess the move. That way you will also get better very fast. Ayun, yes.
Sir, they can't play c5 or else n%.
How is n% bad? Pawn takes, queen takes. And 1% is not always bad. Here it is bad because after c5, pawn takes, queen takes, there is rook d6. But then there's queen a. Oh, yeah, rook d6 wins a piece. Yeah, it wins a
Then
piece.
even the bishop.
Yeah. So here it doesn't work. c5 cannot be played. But yeah, it's not always bad. So here black plays a5. Just controlling the square. Just sort of like a waiting move even. And now how will white get more activity? His bishop is very good. His queen is also good. The knight was exchanged. Hey, if you want to attack, you need one more piece. But the knight that was there is exchanged. Now you need one more piece to attack. Rajveer.
Sir, rook to d3.
Exactly. This is what we call a...
Look lift.
Yeah, it's a rook lift. You lift your rooks.
So what about d6?
How? Pawn d6. Again c6. Pawn will just become weak. It can't be defended after. I won't take, then you will be good. But it will just become a weak pawn.
Yes, when we take it, then it's a fork.
But I can move my queen, but still, it will be good for you. So yeah, I won't take, d6 will just be ignored. Rook d3, very good move by Rajveer. This is what we need to do. Activate all your pieces. At least 3 pieces you need to have to attack. 2 is not enough. Now rook h3 is a big threat because queen h7 will be checkmate. Not h8, bishop is covering it.
Yeah. Why
Look at this bishop.
King f8.
King f8 is illegal, bishop is there. That's why queen h7 is mate. So here, what should black do? Again, threats are
Sir.
coming. Yes, we have.
Sir, bishop to g7. So
Excellent, very good. Attacking the queen. So queen has to go to. Where should the queen go?
Queen to
h4.
queen to g. h4.
G5, H4, both are looking good. But he didn't play either of those moves. I believe with either move, what black will do is black will play queen d8 and kick you out of that diagonal. You can't even go to the h file now, so you'll have to go back. So, or you exchange queens and it will be
No,
no
sir,
advantage.
if you do that with if you go to h4, then you go to h3.
h3. Oh, you mean from h4? If I do the same thing, you'll go to h3. But then you can't do rook h3 now. So basically here, instead of all this, where was the queen? Here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He just parked his queen back to c1. Got it back to c1. Here again pawn push. Here was okay. But yeah, he put it back here on c1. And now e4. Now again you can come back to f4. But rook is
I mean,
rook
it's
is on.
like
Rook
if
goes.
you have a random piece of paper and you have to draw a line, you want to complete the line.
Mm-hmm.
You want to reach the end.
Okay. So rook came to h3. Now the queen is again ready to come back in the game. Like this. So black plays c6. Again, if you push, that pawn becomes weak.
Push.
He plays queen back to f4. Now again threats are forming. Queen h4 is a big threat
Then
again.
he could have better played bishop to f8.
Bishop f8, removing this bishop out. But if you do that, bishop takes,
Then the king takes.
then queen jumps into h6 with check. King will be not safe. If you'll have to run
You'll
this
be
side.
running naked.
Yeah.
Bye-bye Tata.
No, it's still king will be running, but yeah, it will not be safe. So
You will
now
be running fully naked.
this is where Rajabov played a mistake. Rajabov thought, let me just exchange this pawn.
Oh no.
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 He did not respect the queen. He didn't respect the threat of queen h4 enough.
Yes, it goes.
So silence, guys. No need to make unnecessary noise. Try to learn. These are two top players playing their game. We are looking at their game. So if somebody ignored the threat of queen h4, try to understand why they did it instead of making random noise. So pawn takes was played, and of course Nepo played queen to h4. So why did Rajabov allow it? What did he miss? Because this is now a checkmate threat. Na? So how can he stop it? Yes.
So I think he didn't see the bishop on a3 and he was planning to run away.
These are grandmasters. How can they not see a piece? That is not possible. Okay, maybe 1 in a million chance of that happening. Generally, that's not going to happen. These are not just grandmasters. These are super GMs, 2,700 plus super GMs. So they are not going to miss a piece. So the reason why he allowed this is because he thought the king will be fine after.
He gets bombarded.
You have to find the next move for black. Why did he allow queen h? Queen d6, then checkmate. Ranch.
So bishop to f6.
Bishop f6, queen checkmate. What is the threat you have to understand? Queen h7 is mate. So that is a threat. We have to understand the threat properly. Then you have to stop the threat. So how can black deal with that threat right now?
Sir,
Yes, Rakshit.
bishop to h6
Queen takes. Giving up a piece, huh?
and playing pawn to f.
But you learn a piece now. See, so stop a checkmate. If you're giving up a piece, then it's anyway lost. At this level, if you're giving up a piece, then there's no chance in the game. Even giving up a pawn, not much chance left. If you give up a piece, it's over. So you can't give up a piece. I'm saying stop this threat completely. Like, don't let checkmate happen without giving up
If
anything.
you make the minusculous
Yes, wait.
Sir, bishop to h8.
Queen h7 checkmate. You see the threat, you're allowing the threat. First of all, I can take on h8 itself directly. Aryan. What is the one move that black can play?
Pawn to
Huh.
f6.
Exactly, well done. So we have to think, why did he allow all this? He took a pawn, he's up a pawn. He thought, I'm a pawn up, and this threat I can stop with f6. Now I can play king f7. I'm fine, no?
Why
So-
doesn't it work?
So what should white do now? How should white win this? Do we go queen h7? Try to see the follow-up. After queen h7, king f7, do we have anything? So are we a pawn down?
I hope we have something.
There is. We have to search for it. Queen h7, king f7, and then who can find the next move for white? I'll make the moves. Queen h7 was played. King went to f7. Now white is a pawn down, but what can white do? Wait, raised. No. Okay, Ashwik?
So bishop to rook to h6.
Exactly. The king is getting hunted down. The pawn is gone. You can't defend it. I mean, you can push it, but then if you push it, what will happen? Wait.
Then sir, queen to
G6, queen G6, and the bishop is gone. Full distraction there. So now, what do you do?
No, sir, the bishop not gone.
queen is a.
You mean king will go to f8?
No, that's what I said.
Where will the king go?
G8.
After queen G6, king here. Then
Then you're going to get
rook
bombarded.
at 7. I mean, the position will just be too good
But
for white.
queen is.
Here, yeah. Queen is defending, but okay, wait.
So imagine things
King G8, it won't be safe. You won't get the bishop, but the position will just be too good for white. So there's nothing to do to save the pawn anyway, no?
So,
Even if you push it, Queen G6 comes. What do you do for black?
sir, bishop takes the rook. Sir,
I did not say that. I did not.
Sir.
1 second. I did not explain that because I thought it's obvious to an intermediate student. Why would white blunder the rook? The grandmaster blundered his rook by putting it on h6, is it?
It is a pin.
It's a pin, it's a pin, it's pin. That's why he said the move. That's why the grandmaster played the move. So we have to first understand that. So yes, Rajveer.
Sir, rook to h8.
Rook h8, queen g6.
What, sir?
Queen takes pawn.
So that's what
The position still becomes good for white. So
I
something
think-
similar was played. He played rook g8, giving extra support for the bishop. And now of course we play.
Queen g6.
Yeah, queen takes pawn. The king is getting ready to run.
Run.
Where will the king run though?
Can go to a marathon.
Where will the king run?
Sir, either e6 or e8.
E8. E8 is illegal.
So e6.
So the only move is e6. So he is ready to run to e6. And now how do we continue?
Now because the bishop exists.
The king hunt starts. How do you hunt down the king? What next? Material is equal. His king is running. So how do you get to him?
Sir, that bishop. Sir, you have to protect our rook first.
Sir.
No, protect the
Sir,
rook.
sir, rook is hanging.
That is true. Good point. But what's the next move? You also want to attack.
Sir,
You want to save your rook. 1 second. Wait, who's saying?
Sir, take the pawn.
Take which pawn?
Take the d5 pawn.
Queen takes back. You're making the queen active. Don't help your opponent. Arrow.
Sir, rook h7.
Rook h7, no threat though. It's defended twice. What were you saying, Rajveer? No. Rakshit?
Sir, pawn, this f2 pawn.
Piece is hanging, piece is hanging. Don't
Sir,
blunder
sir,
your rook.
rook to
He even said rook to h,
f5.
h5.
Yes.
That's it. Make a threat. Save your rook, make a threat. That's it.
2 and
Threat
1.
of queen takes. Yeah. So now, again, this threat is difficult to deal with because the king cannot move anywhere. Look
So
at this
threats
bishop.
are coming
This is
like
a monster.
rain.
Because of this bishop, it's winning for white.
The queen.
Otherwise, the king would just come to this side and be safe. But this bishop is a monster. So,
And sir, it's also partially black. The queen is equal.
and if you move the king defending this, then pawn f4. If pawn person, the king will get checkmated there. So he gave up the pawn by bringing his rook in. Queen takes pawn happened.
Sir, then isn't that checkmate?
Not yet. King can go back now. King went back. And now what do you do? What should white do in this position?
First is to save the queen because that's the only piece.
Save the queen. It doesn't need saving. It's defended. So saving is not the right word. Okay, you don't want to exchange queens. Okay.
Yeah, because it's a good
So let's take 1 minute here to decide. If you are white, what will you play here? Time to think and try to make the right decision, guys. Okay, how many of you have decided? Let's start with Shaurya.
So queen to g6.
Excellent. So when was the last time you played a chess game, Shaurya? Can you tell me? When did you see the chessboard last?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Where? Chess.com?
Hmm.
You played yesterday? You won?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I don't
queen
believe
to
it.
You're playing Queen G6, yeah?
King will take. Maybe just see what's defending the
Under the Queen. Nice. Well decided.
Bye bye.
Okay. Okay. Who? Okay, that's enough. Who else has decided? Erection.
Sir, pawn takes d5.
Pawn takes D5. Okay. And anyone else? Arrow?
Sir, queen h7.
Queen H7. Rook H8.
The queen's trap. Then
He will tell. You have to calculate when you make a move. At least half move you should calculate. Not even one full move. Just next move the opponent you have to expect. If you don't expect opponent next move, that's where blunders happen. Forks will not happen. Knight forks won't happen to you. If you just calculate what will opponent do next move. Just half move you have to be ahead. Yes, Ved.
say rook to d1.
Rook to d1. Okay. Anyone else?
Sir,
Yes, Ashwin.
sir, queen to f3.
Queen to f3.
Or
Another
F4, sir,
blunder.
F4,
is-
F4.
Okay, queen f4. Okay. Alright, so nobody told the best option. One person came close, Rakshit came close. There is a pawn hanging here. You don't want the free pawn?
Sir, queen takes.
Yeah, just queen takes.
But
You should not keep your mind set to no, 1 second, silence. You should not keep your mind set to one thing alone. You will be flexible. You cannot be like, I'll checkmate, I'll checkmate, I'll checkmate. I won't exchange queens. I will only give checkmate because I'm attacking.
So queen wasn't in such a good place. So why?
But now how many pawns up are you?
approximately.
Ashvik will tell. How many pawns? 2 pawn up. That's a winning advantage, no?
No.
So,
One.
then you need to count properly.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2.
So white is 2 pawns up. So you have to be flexible in your approach. You cannot just be stuck on checkmate. It's not like there's a clear checkmate there. King is actually safe, somewhat. So there's no clear path to victory there. This is even clearer. You are up by 2 pawns, and it's a forced exchange.
Sir,
So
the
you,
shower curtain's opening.
so you should be ready to go to the end game. If your pawns up, you should just go to the end game and win it. So now queens got exchanged because it was a check. Rook took back. Rook took. Pawn took. Rook moves and rook moves. So 2 pawns up.
And
Clear
one
advantage.
and one bishop. Somebody has
Bishop
to
both sides have. So
Somebody will most likely win this.
of course white will definitely win this, and white went on to win after like 20 moves. But that we will not see. We'll just see till here, till the winning position. So from the pawns journey, it became complicated still in the knight
Sir, I
f6
didn't
line.
come from the starting.
You have to be on time for that. Why don't you come on
Sir, I
time?
had another class.
If you are in this batch, I cannot wait for one person to come and then start the class.
Sir, I forgot my bag. That's why.
See, don't give excuses. This. You were late, so you missed it. So we cannot do anything about it.
Sir,
You can see the video on YouTube.
sir, if
When